Hello, I'm Helen Les, and in this video we will talk about how to interpret more than 50 dreams and visions, and on the whole about the main principles of dreams interpretation. On this channel I speak about this not only from the point of view of psychology, but also from the point of view of esoteric science. But if we recall the history of mankind, the activity of dream interpreters has always been associated with divination, magic, spiritual and esoteric science. So, on this channel I try to fill this gap. Moreover, psychologists themselves admit that they do not fully understand all the processes occurring in the psyche. Because psychology is a young science, which is no more than 1 century old, and knowledge about the interpretation of dreams has been accumulated by mankind for thousands of years. However, our modern psychology says that dreams are a direct way to our subconscious. A person can get a lot of help from a psychologist by telling about their dreams and working through the problems that pop up in them. Therefore, I want to say that you shouldn't be afraid of bad dreams, but you rather use them as valuable material for study. How to interpret dreams? Practice. If you want to learn how to interpret your dreams, it's a good idea to start with writing them down. You can even have a special dream diary. So after waking up, while the memory about your dreams is fresh, write down at least a few basic symbols of the dream, or better, the entire dream. All the details of the dream have their own meaning, even seemingly insignificant ones. For example, the place where you were and the clothes on you and the others. Think about what all these symbols means to you personally. You can use general dream books, for example the interpretation that I give on this channel. But remember that only you yourself can fully interpret the meaning of dreams correctly. And you can definitely have your own interpretation of the symbols. For example, a magic crystal ball may have its interpretation in general dreams dictionaries. But if your mother used to beat you on the head with it when you were a child, it's clear that you will have a deeply individual understanding of the meaning of this symbol. If you want to interpret your dreams, special attention should be paid to the emotions that you had in a dream, even very fleeting ones. They will help you to understand it properly. Were they negative or positive, so will be the meaning of the dream. For example, to build a house in a dream means to implement a major project, to create a material base for life. If in a dream you were happy about this, then in real life you will be satisfied with what you will have done. But if you were upset or dissatisfied, then, alas, the colossal work done will only bring you disappointment. First of all, you need to pay attention to repeating dreams and symbols. They mean that you are mentally and at other levels stuck in some problem. You don't develop further. How to interpret dreams from the point of view of psychology? So, what are the psychological issues that can appear in your dreams we should think of when we want to interpret your dreams? Interpersonal conflict. Often we can see the true attitude of people to us in a dream. For example, your friend may try to kill you in your dream, although in reality they are so sweet and caring. Most likely this is just a mask that hides anger and envy towards you. You should be aware of relationship with such a person. This applies to any negative actions of people in dreams towards you. For example, theft, causing physical harm, captivity, giving something repulsive, ignoring your needs, and so on. It's the same if you are hurting someone. So, deep in your heart you want to harm this person, perhaps without even realizing it. Sometimes, just being in an unpleasant place with a person in a dream is a reason to think about the true motives of you stay with each other. However, it does not apply to those cases when someone in a dream, on the contrary, tries to make you go out of bad circumstances. In this case, they try to help you, and you should trust them. Unconscious desires and emotions. Also, dreams often reflect unconscious desires and emotions. Often the feelings that we experience in a dream just dominate in our psyche. Very often they can reflect negative states. This is especially true when you wake up with them. Fear. Consciously, you may think that everything is fine, but your subconscious knows better. And it shows that you need to take measures to solve the problems that cause fear. Monsters, predatory and poisonous animals, etc. say that you are surrounded by dangerous people. Disasters, catastrophes that occur in certain places show in what area of life you are in danger. This can be a home, a workplace, transport, etc. Sadness, pain. Pay attention to who or what is giving you these emotions. For example, if you are worried about someone from your family, to see them in a dream being sick, in danger, sad, in black, dirty or torn clothes, is an alarming sign. It means that some kind of trouble can really happen in their life. Try to understand what is possible to happen and prevent it. It is the same if you see yourself in a similar state. Analyze what in your life brings or can bring you sadness, pain and trouble. The dream symbols will indicate what this may be related to. Aggression. If you kill someone, destroy and break everything around you in your dreams, this is a clear sign of increased internal aggression that doesn't do well. This means that in reality you treat the people around you and the circumstances of your life the same way. This is, of course, at a deep level. Outwardly, you can remain very kind, although inside yourself you are bubbling with poison and bile. But the universe always tries to block attempts of such aggressive destruction. As a result, problems with health or fate may begin. So try to reduce your anger. It's in your best interests. If you often have bad dreams, I recommend you also watch my video, How to Get Rid of Nightmares. There will be the link down below in the description of this video. Suppressed desires. Often dreams can also highlight our interpersonal conflicts and suppressed desires. Here I will give a number of very popular dreams. Most likely you have once dreamed about something like this. 6 common psychological dreams. Being naked in a public place. Show the discomfort of a person among other people. Fear and concern for their reputation and position in society. Exam is a common dream of those who do not feel confident in their workplace, are afraid not to cope with the tasks and disgrace themselves. Meeting a celebrity. A particular celebrity symbolizes the qualities that a person values most and wants to possess. The desire to bring wishes closer to reality, to escape from the swamp of everyday life, to experience more positive emotions. Being chased. Dissatisfaction with the current life situation, although not fully realized. Lack of freedom to choose something better. Being late. A sign of fatigue and neurosis. A person is afraid of not having time to do something in their life. Driving in a car and losing control. Is feeling of insufficient control over the situation. The road means the path to success. The car is the author of the dream. How to interpret foretelling dreams. In addition to all the above, dreams have always been associated with our ability to foretelling. Some of us see prophetic dreams more often. Some of us do it less often, but perhaps at least once in life it happens to anyone. Such dreams are characterized by special vividness of experience and incomprehensible sense of confidence that this is exactly what will happen. However, here I want to make a remark. If you see that tragic events will happen to someone, you should not immediately inform them about it, programming them to have this negative scenario. However, try to change their way somehow. It's possible that this might help. It's the same with you yourself. A bad dream about your future is not a sentence. Perhaps you have dreamed it in order you could change your actions and avoid trouble. It is also important. If you have had a dream that may have a double interpretation, try to interpret it in the most positive way possible. What explanation would you accept for yourself first? This will be a realized scenario in your life. 7 common foretelling dreams. Loss of a tooth is a loss. Loss of a tooth with blood is it concerns blood relatives. But if you were able to put the tooth back in place, everything will return to normal. Excrements. They are dreamed to money. Gaining or losing something. Gaining or losing what the item symbolizes. For example, cross is suffering. Ring means wedding. Old trash is unnecessary, unpleasant actions. Documents your business, work. Dream about pregnancy. You will nurture and be able to give birth to a valuable idea, project. Catching a fish is financial and social success. Killing a predatory animal, a monster. You will defeat your enemies. To avoid them is to avoid danger. If they beat you, the opposite is true. Natural disaster can really be interpreted literally. More often it means a disaster in your life. Whether or not you avoid it in your dream will determine whether or not you will avoid bad events in reality. Impressions of the day. Dreams can also carry the impressions of our previous day. This is especially often when we watch movies, TV shows, read books before going to bed, and their stories move into our dreams. In the language of esotericism, this means that you get into the energy world corresponding to these words. State of health. Often dreams describe the state of health. If you see yourself sick or injured, pay close attention to the parts of your body and organs that are highlighted. Contact your doctor and check your health, but quite often they won't be able to find any symptoms. This means that the disease is only beginning on the energy and psychological plane, and you have a chance to prevent from it. Pay attention to medical prevention, and also learn about the psychosomatic causes of this disease or problems with a particular part of the body. That is what you are likely to find in your inner world. Here I will briefly describe some of the possible options. 6 common dreams about health. Cancer means anger and resentment, plus self-devouring for the fact that you do not have enough love, benefits, etc. Sore throat, inability to speak out all you would like to say. Problems with hands, problems with the expressions of abilities and talents. Problems with your feet, inability to go your way in life. Heart problems, lack of joy, rejection of love. Diabetes, you do not know how to be content with what is good in your life, would like to sweeten it. You do not know how to transform negative into positive, and so on. This list can be continued. I highly recommend delving into the topic of psychosomatics, not only if you have a dream about the disease, but also if you have any illness in reality. So, the above variants of dream interpretations are quite common among psychologists. But as a magician, I will add a few more options for how to interpret dreams, but from the point of view of esoteric science. How to interpret dreams from the point of view of esotericism. State of energy. 9 common dreams showing it. Often dreams reflect the state of our aura, in which vibrations we are in general. Here I will highlight the following options. Black and white dreams. Exhaustion, fatigue and stress. Energy is enough only for the most mundane things. Dreams filled with colors. The brighter the colors are, the more working capacity and energy you have. Nightmares. Serious problems with energy, its leaks, pollutions in the aura. The more the worlds you happen to be in resemble hell and horror movies, the lower vibrations you are in. Pleasant dreams full of joy and love. You are in high vibrations. Muddy water, mud, means energy mud. Dreams of falling, going down, mean energy loss. Dreams of flying and moving up mean raise of the energy. The higher you can fly, the better. Lucid dreams. They mean a good level of energy and also consciousness. Most likely this is not accidental, but you have worked over your energy body, or you have experience from previous lives. Magical energies. Magicians also know dreams where they come into contact with the magical energies they are currently working with. And here we smoothly move on to the fact that dreams can show magic in your life. Alas, it is more often negative, so-called black magic, that is, curses and love spells. How to interpret dreams considering magic in your life? I want to say right now that sometimes bad dreams do not tell about malicious magic at all, but about other problems. But still some of them may mean it. And the details and plots depend on type of influence. 15 common dreams showing negative magic. Cemeteries, graves, dead people, funeral attributes. Mean magic made in cemetery. But do not confuse it with dreams where you are visited by a descended friend or relative. This is a different case. Dangerous situations for health and life. Curses made to die. Someone disfigures your body. Magic made on the part of the body that was affected. Sex with a person you don't care about or even dislike. This is a signal that they may have casted a love spell on you. Sometimes this also happens with your ex-partner who wants to resume the relation in such a stupid way. After all, love spells usually do not lead to good and spoil the life of both sides. Someone is blocking your way, your actions. This person creates problems for you on your life path, in business. Someone is stealing from you, taking something away. This person may have made a kind of stealing magic on you. You get or find something nasty. Negative program made in order you would be disgusted and you yourself were disgusting for others. Probably made with an object. Problems in the house. Negative made on the house. Killed animals that are considered good. For example, a dog, symbol of a friend, a dove, symbol of the divine, a cock, symbol of the fight against dark forces. A witch or several witches are doing evil magic. The dream says about magic in direct meaning. However, do not confuse such dreams with dreams where the witch is kind and helps you. Such dreams can sometimes occur during magical cleansing. Predatory and poisonous animals can mean magical enemies. Moreover, there's a nuance here. You may know the person symbolized by this animal, but you don't want to believe that they are against you, or you just don't believe that they could cast a spell on you. Otherwise, in your dream, you would see this person doing nasty things to you. But the appearance of the animal may hint at this person. Cat. You like this person, but you don't know their bad temper. Dreams about unfamiliar cats that symbolize enemies should not be confused with dreams about your pets. These are different things. Snake. You know that this person is toxic. You're afraid of them, but you didn't think they could cast negative magic on you. Spider. You think that this is a dangerous person who holds the control in many spheres. toad. You have a little contempt for this guy and they are very unpleasant to you. This is of course not a complete list of dreams that indicate possible negative magic. A specialist, magician, witch or fortune teller can confirm or deny its presence on you. But in order you can understand whether you can suspect such negative, my video 12 signs that you are cursed can help. The link will be down below. Dreams inspired with magic comments. There is also a section of magic that helps inspire the victim with thoughts that are beneficial to the operator. This is often used for manipulation or revenge. In such dreams you see yourself doing something that is not natural to you, harmful, and that you have decided not to do at all. For example, that you want to commit a suicide, or that you are leaving the husband or wife you love. After such dreams you might think that this is exactly what you want, but in reality this is a trap, an inspired comment. One of the most harmless options is the inspiration to call. For example, you wake up in horror in the middle of the night, having a dream that your ex-girlfriend, who left you for another boy, tells you to call her. In the morning you call her, but she tells you not to do it anymore. It's very possible that she has done magic on you, and you really amused her vanity with this, because she understands that you obediently followed her command, and that your psyche is under her control. This girl is very dangerous. She can cast other black magic to you. Some people enjoy such secret power of others, and it can do you serious harm. After all, such inspired thoughts are parasites for you. Dreams during magical cleaning. During magical cleaning, sometimes in dreams you can see the past, what and by whom was casted on you. Sometimes it can be the confrontation of magicians, as well as dreams where you take a shower, have a bath, which is a symbol of purification, or the situation is already played out in your favor. For example, you gain something valuable for yourself, defeat enemies, avoid danger, and so on. Of course, there are a lot of options here. I have not listed all of them, but only showed the topic in general terms. Another interesting type of dreams is about meeting with outwardly forces, and here we come to the subject of visions. It happens that creatures from other worlds come to us in a dream or in reality, and if we see them in reality, then these are so-called visions. How to interpret visions, common visions. Meeting with the ghosts, fairies, and other spirits. The most common type of vision is to see a ghost. Esoterics believe that this is not fiction. The restless souls of the dead, it happens, live in some places that are not safe from the point of view of energy, in cemeteries, ancient castles, etc. Without a physical body, they live as if on the border between the worlds, and sometimes they show up to scare some of the people. Such meetings are necessary for them, but they do not mean anything to a person, and there is no point in interpreting them. The same applies to visions of fairies, elves, nature spirits, etc. Seeing the souls of the deceased. Sometimes when someone close to us dies, we can see their soul up to 40 days after death. So they say goodbye to this world and to those who were dear for them. Such visions are useful. First, it gives us the strength to survive the grief, and secondly, the deceased can tell us their requests and wishes. This may seem like nothing to us, but for the soul in transition, it can be very important, because they are experiencing a great lack of energy. They can ask us something that can be connected to commemorations, clothing, details of the burial ritual, their personal items, etc. By fulfilling the request, we will greatly facilitate the transition of a loved one to another world. Vision of demonic forces, low vibration entities. Seeing them in reality is a bad sign. So they are trying to contact you, to seduce you. This is if you are not a clairvoyant, of course, who is supposed to see such things. In a dream, they can also mean black magic, made by sending a negative entity to bother you. Visions of angels, saints, deities is a very favorable sign. Listen and obey them. Act according to their instructions. This is relevant, however, if you have no doubt that this is really a higher power. After all, one of the dark ones may try to mimic them. Then there will be obvious divinations in appearance or voice, and what they say may not be filled with the spirit of love. In general, remain vigilant. How to interpret other visions? They should be treated as interpretations of dreams, and are often foretelling. They can tell about the past or future of some places and people. However, this is if you are mentally healthy and are not under the influence of psychotropic substances. If you have a mental illness and you are haunted by hallucinations, or you feel that you are hooked by an entity that is talking to you, then you should not trust such visions. Sometimes they can give out true information, and sometimes they can tell you absolute lies and misinform you. This means either that your consciousness gets into other dimensions of space which are loosely connected with our own and do not have any practical use. Or this can mean that low vibration entities are trying to take over your mind and body. Previously this was called obsession by a demon and was treated by going to an exorcist. Now such patients are hidden in a psychiatric hospital, but the doctors themselves admit that people with similar diagnoses cannot be cured by medical methods. Those spirits will certainly begin to seduce you, using your low instincts and passions. That means to tempt you. For example, to magnify your person and incite to attack someone. And this can be either in the form of a voice that has come to you or in the form of visions. For example, you see a crown being put on you and you are trampling someone under your feet. And then they tell you that you have to kill this person, steal something from them, rape, cast spell on them, etc. So the dark forces want to attack this guy with your hands. Apparently this is quite a light person, and darkness hates light, as you know. Do not be fooled by provocations. Use your own mind and contact a specialist. This might sound like a fairy tale to many of my listeners right now, but alas, in this case, you have no idea how many people there are around you with similar and other low vibration parasites of mind. They live among us, do their jobs, and have families. But what distinguishes them is that they are incredibly proud and turn the lives of their relatives into hell. Alas, this is not a rare occurrence. Fortunately, there are sometimes much lighter sources of visions and insights. You can conclude that information from them is not dangerous if you are not incited to commit sins and crimes, and if what you see finds a reasonable interpretation and confirmation, then this information is true. But turning back to the interpretation of dreams, I would like to note that if you have had a bad dream, then my video on how to make a bad dream not come true can help you. I will leave a link to it and other useful links in the description box down below. Write in the comments section about your dreams and visions, and maybe I will interpret the first some of them. If you have a wish but do not know how to get what you want, you can turn to the powerful forces of magic, and you may find my course on rune magic being helpful. Look for a link to it in the description of this video down below. There are also other links I have already spoken about. If it was useful for you, like, comment, share this video in social networks, subscribe to the channel, and see you soon.